Hello, everyone. So I am back with another pregnancy vlog, and actually, this is gonna be kind of a two-in-one because I haven't did an update since like I think I was like 35, 36, not even 35. I think I was like maybe 20 something weeks along the last time I did an update, and I'm gonna explain why. But yes, this is the continuation of my pregnancy vlog and also my labor and delivery because I had the baby. Well, I still got a little baby bump, but I had the baby already. I am officially 1 week postpartum. I had him November the 2nd at 9:45 a.m. He was 8 pounds, 7 ounces of loveliness, and I am loving every moment of him. So I'm just gonna basically, go through what I went through my 7th and 8th month of pregnancy. Only thing I could really sit up here and say is that, I went through so many physical changes. Like I was between my 7th, 8th, and 9th month of pregnancy, I grew. Like I got huge. Like huge, huge, huge. My stomach was way bigger than I was with my first pregnancy. My first son, when I was pregnant with him, he was a little basketball and he was a little ball. But my second son, his name is Noah. Yeah, it felt like I was carrying around a baby elephant. So, he was a pretty big baby. So like between like my 8th and 9th month, I started just feeling like really tired all the time. Like a lot of the stuff that I experienced in my first trimester of pregnancy started to come back once I hit my third trimester. I was tired all the time. My appetite was pretty okay. I had a lot of heartburn. Heartburn was just like on 1,000. Let me see what else. My sciatic nerve pain was horrible. Like it was horrible to the point I had to take Tylenol like at least 2, 3 times a day. Some days I could hardly get out the bed and walk. I could hardly, I couldn't sit down for too long because my tailbone would start hurting. It was hard to breathe at night. I would have to literally sleep with the air conditioner on like 68, maybe 60, between 65 to 68 degrees, because for some reason I just could not sleep without the air being on. I was hot. It was just like it started getting difficult for me once I hit my third trimester. It started getting really, really difficult. I'm sorry, y'all. My hair is just like I'm gonna redo my hair. My hair looks kind of like a little bit of a mess, but I'm gonna redo my hair before the holidays come in. But yeah, it was just like I felt miserable and I started becoming depressed because I was really, for one, I was just really anxious to meet my baby, and I felt like he wasn't gonna come on my due date. My original due date was November the 8th, which was this past Monday. But before that, every time I went to the doctor, they would check my cervix, and I was only dilated like 1 or 2 centimeters. It took for them to do 2 membrane sweeps for, before, he finally came. But in the midst of that, in between my doctor visits, I was doing a lot of walking. I was walking up and down stairs. I did a couple of laps around my apartment complex. I was, drinking red raspberry leaf tea, which they say really doesn't induce labor, but it helps make your labor go a lot quicker, which I believe is actually true. Might be true. I'm, just a disclaimer, I'm not a doctor or anything, so I can't really 100% sure say, but I know for me, my labor was only 3 hours. I was only in labor for maybe like 3-4 hours. but in the midst of that, I kept hearing everybody say, to be patient, to wait, to, he'll come when he comes. Me, the whole entire time, I'm listening to people tell me this, and I'm just sitting here looking like, y'all aren't the ones that have to carry him around, and y'all aren't the ones that's feeling how I'm feeling. Y'all don't understand what I'm going through. I just felt like a lot of people did not understand what I was going through physically, and they just felt like I was being like super impatient, which I kind of was, because I really wanted to meet my baby. But on top of that, I was just physically miserable. Like, I couldn't take it. I couldn't take it. And this pregnancy was really different from my first one. My first one, I was working all the way up until I had him, so my mind wasn't focused on actually being pregnant. But this time around, I spent most of my pregnancy just like kind of in the house, not doing too much, and that just really kind of just slowed things down for me. So that's where it just became a little depressing, because I'm sitting in the house all day, I'm not really doing too much, so I have too much like free time to think about me being pregnant. And yeah, it was just like difficult. But yeah, I didn't think he would come. I just once I had hit like 36, 37 weeks, I didn't think he was gonna come out. I thought he was gonna stay in there. I thought he was gonna go past due, because I kept hearing these stories about women, going to 41, 42 weeks almost, and I'm sitting here looking like, hell no. I was just saying, and that's only because, the reason being is because, well, where I live at right now, and unless it's medically necessary, I guess, because of COVID, they're not doing any elective inductions until you're 42, no, not 42, I'm sorry, 41 weeks along. Like, that's every hospital where I live in California right now. So every hospital, and it's all because of COVID. So if you're pregnant right now and you're watching this and you live in California, please, please, please check with your doctor, check with your hospital, your local hospital, see what their guidelines are for getting induced. If you want to get induced, if you're already, at least 38 weeks and you want to get induced, just check and see what their guidelines are, because you don't want to, get to your due date and you're still not, the baby still isn't coming, and you tell your doctor, oh, I want to get induced, and they tell you, well, no, you have to wait another week or two. You're going to be pissed. So please check with your doctor, ladies, and your hospital, whatever hospital you're delivering at. But yeah, like when I kept hearing people tell me that, it just made my anxiety go higher and higher and higher and higher. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, don't get me wrong. If you're a first time mom, pregnancy is supposed to be a really, beautiful thing. You're supposed to enjoy it, other than the morning sickness and the body aches, but you're supposed to mostly enjoy it because you're carrying a life inside you. So you are supposed to somewhat enjoy it. But once you get to like the very end, it just seemed like time be ticking by. Time is like slowly ticking by. Your baby still isn't here. You're buying all this baby stuff. You're seeing other people have their baby before you have yours. It's just like, it's a process. But, in the end, it's all worth it, because if I could go through having my little boy again and having to go through that, I would. Well, a part of me would, but here's why the other part of me probably wouldn't. So okay, fast forward, I turned 39 weeks on November 31st, Halloween, and you know, just at that point, I was just a sad pregnant woman. Like, me and my friend and my son and my oldest son and her 3 kids, we all went trick-or-treating on Halloween. And, you know, we all went out, had a nice little, you know, family outing with the kids. And, you know, it gave me a chance to get some walking around done, get some little bit of exercises. We walked around to all the houses and got candy. And you know, my boyfriend actually was hoping he would come on Halloween. Like, he was literally just sitting and waiting, but he, you know, nothing. And, you know, I was waiting for my boy. My mucus plug did come out. My mucus plug came out when I had got to, like, I want to say 36 weeks. When I was 36 weeks, and, you know, like, pieces of it was just coming out. And, you know, I was waiting for my water to break, and it never did. You know, I was waiting to feel that kind of gush, or tinkle or whatever. And the only thing I kept feeling was just like pee. Because when I would sneeze or cough, or even when I had to go to the bathroom really bad, you know, I would feel a tinkle bit of pee coming out. But in my mind, I'm like, oh, was it my water or is it pee? But no, it was just pee. So, okay, you know, the Halloween came and went past. So it got to the 1st, November the 1st. And, you know, I'm just sitting there looking the whole entire day, I was just depressed. I was just depressed. I think I spent most of the day in bed. I did, you know, later on that day, walk to the store up the street, and then I walked back. When I came back home, I walked up and down some steps. There's like some steps right here outside my door. I walked up and down the steps probably like 10 times, you know, trying my best to get this little boy to come out, because I was that miserable. And, you know, the whole entire day on November the 1st, the whole entire day, I did not feel not one contraction. I hardly felt any Braxton Hicks. I probably only got like a few Braxton Hicks, and that was it. But I didn't really feel anything. Everything just felt normal. And it's funny, that night I was on Facebook, and I'm part of like one of these Facebook mom groups, and I was, you know, we were having a conversation about like inductions, and, you know, somebody that lives in the same, you know, part of California I live in was saying, oh, well, you know, they're not inducing you until you're 42 weeks almost. And I'm just like, it just made me want to cry. Like, that's how bad it was. I wanted to cry my freaking eyes out. I wanted to literally just sit and cry, you know, but I through it all, I was trying to stay strong. I was trying to show people, like, you know, I'm strong. I got this. I could do this. But on the inside, I was just like crying every day. I was crying on the inside, because I'm just like, I want this little boy out, because my body it felt like it just couldn't take it anymore. Like, you know, I'm kind of a petite, you know, female. So, you know, me carrying around an 8-pound baby, and the doctor's telling me, oh, well, he's only 6 pounds. Yeah, you can only imagine how I was feeling. But anyway, so I went to bed that night. My anxiety was like on a 10, because I'm just like, oh my God, what if I have to wait until I'm like 42 weeks? Like, if I would have not had him until 42 weeks, that's damn near, I would have had him like on Thanksgiving. Like, that's a really long time. But yeah, that would have been almost Thanksgiving. So I was extremely worried. I was just like, I wanted to cry. I wanted to really cry. So, okay, woke up that next morning. I woke up at like 5:30 to go pee. And I just had this weird pain. Like, I was just having these weird pains, and at first, I couldn't tell if it was just a cramp, like a Braxton Hick, or if it was the real thing. Because, also remind you, when I'm gonna go back a little bit. When I was at 36, in 37 weeks, I actually ended up having to go to the hospital twice for false labor. So I went the first time because I was having like contractions, but they were irregular, got sent home. The next time I went after that, same thing, was having contractions, irregular, got sent home again. And, you know, this is around the time I was trying to do everything I could to get them out. I was taking I also took castor oil. I know a lot of people say, you know, don't do that, but I mean, I took it, everything came out fine with me. It didn't even make me go to the bathroom. So, you know, for some people, maybe the castor oil works, and for some people, maybe it doesn't. I'm just one of those people that it did not work for. So yeah, I tried that, and the only thing it did for me was send me to the hospital with false labor. So, but anyway, so all right, back to me having pain. So the morning, November 2nd, at 6 o'clock in the morning, I started having pain. And, you know, it didn't start off as bad, but then it started, like, as time, like an hour or so went past, like maybe 30, 45 minutes went past, it started getting really bad. And it just was like, it started getting close together. It started getting like maybe 5 minutes apart. I was up getting my son ready for school in the morning. My boyfriend was laying here, and he was just like, you know, kind of watching me, because we didn't know if it was false labor or not. You know, we wanted to be sure. But I was in so much pain. Like, the pain started getting worse. So I was like, oh no, I need to go to the hospital. Even if this is false labor, they're going to have to give me something, because I'm in pain right now. Like, I'm in pain. So what ended up happening was my boyfriend took my son to school. And my friend, she and I went to the hospital only because we wanted to be absolutely sure I was in labor. And if I was in labor, her and my boyfriend were gonna switch places, because now the hospitals are only allowing one person to be in the hospital with you, and they have to be there the whole time. I know, having a baby in the pandemic sucks, but he had to be there with me the whole entire time, and I couldn't have no visitors. So when we got to the hospital, got to triage, and they checked my cervix, they were like, oh, you're dilated 8 centimeters. And what's funny is, I was supposed to go to my next doctor's appointment, you know, later on this day, but obviously I didn't make it. So they were like, yeah, you're dilated 8 centimeters. And I was like, oh, great. He's coming. I was excited. Even though I was in pain, I was excited because I was finally getting ready to meet my baby. And yeah, I was finally just getting ready to not be pregnant anymore. But when I asked them for an epidural, I was like, okay, so when can I get my epidural? They were like, oh, no, you can't get an epidural. You're too far dilated. I was like, excuse me? Or wait, I can't. Did I hear you right? Did I hear you right? I can't get a what? I wanted to cry. I wanted to cry. For them to tell me I can't get no epidural, I can't get no morphine, I can't get absolutely no type of pain medicine at all, not even no damn Tylenol, I wanted to mentally leave my body and just go and not be inside of my body no more. I wanted to have like an outer body experience and just, you know, let this whole thing be over with. So yeah, I had to have him natural. I went and, you know, wait a minute, hold up, I got stuck. So I had him naturally, and man, when I tell you that pain is a different kind of pain. That was my first time having a baby naturally. My first son, I had an epidural, and I did, you know, cool. Oh, but this one, oh, that was some pain. That was some pain. Oh my God, I ain't never felt no pain like that in my life. Like, once he started crowning and his face started coming through, oh, you feel like if you're a first time mom and you're planning on having a natural birth, and you are pushing your baby out and you feel like this burning pain, like it's burning down there, the best thing you could do is try to stay calm as possible. Because if you're not calm and you're just being like really erratic, it's only going to make the situation worse for you and your baby. Like it's going to make things worse. So you have to stay calm as much. That's just really the key to it, is just trying to stay calm, trying to breathe as much as possible. My boyfriend, you know, he got there to the hospital. Him and my friend switched places, and he got there in the delivery room with me. And, you know, he was really supportive. Like, he was really supportive, which is funny because in the beginning, he kept saying, oh, when I get in there, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to record and watch and, you know, being a guy. But when he got in there, he was very, very supportive. Like he everything he said he was not going to do, he ended up doing. Like, he played me some music. He talked to me, talked me through it. He helped hold my leg. He helped, you know, the doctors and the nurses out if they needed him to do something. Like, he was really, really supportive, and I'm so appreciative of him. That's my baby. But he was really supportive, and, you know, I really appreciate him for everything that he's done. So yeah, our son was born at 9:45 a.m., 8 pounds, 7 ounces. And everything after that pretty much went smooth. The only challenging thing I, you know, had to deal with, as far as like after I had him, was once I got home, I was in a lot of pain. I was having a lot of pelvic pain, and it was hard for me to walk and, you know, get in and out the bed and kind of do stuff. I wasn't bleeding really bad. I didn't tear really bad. Just the challenging thing was trying to get around and move around. Like, to describe the feeling, it felt like my pelvis was broken. It felt like my pelvis was broken, and they didn't send me home with no kind of pain medicine. I had to either take Motrin or Tylenol. So the first few days, it was hard. It was really hard to get around the house and move around and do stuff. And, you know, I couldn't get out the bed quick enough to get to the bathroom. I couldn't get out the bed quick enough to make the baby his bottle. Like, it was challenging, but now, you know, I'm much better. I'm walking around, I'm doing stuff. I'm back to my regular, you know, way of doing things. And I'm just really enjoying every minute of being a mom. Being a mom of two. My oldest son, he's really happy about being a big brother. He's excited. He's just really intrigued with the whole thing. And, you know, this has been a really physically life-changing experience for me being pregnant. Like, this was a whole completely different experience from when I was first pregnant with my son. And, you know, if I could do it all over again, I would. I probably would change a few things if it was optional, but I would definitely go through it again. You know, it was all worth it in the end. And I'm going to show you guys a picture of how my stomach looked before, you know, he came out and everything. And also a picture from my baby shower of me, my boyfriend, my son, and his son, you know, all of us together, one little happy family. And yeah, I mean, that's it, you guys. I am no longer pregnant. So I will be going into 2022, not pregnant, but, you know, a mom of two now. So I thank you guys for those of you that have watched, you know, I've seen I have a few subscribers, but, you know, I thank you guys for watching, for, you know, checking me out and following me along with this journey. So now my next journey is taking care of a newborn and a toddler. Well, he's not necessarily a toddler, but, you know, just being a mom. I'll do like a mom vlog or something. Anyways, thank you for watching. Love you guys. Peace.
Whoa! Damn! I don't know what the hell you feeding him, but he is too damn